Ladies and gentlemen, we got him. What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Mason, and today we're talking about the monstrous trade the San Jose Sharks made this past Friday in trading for Sharks' future goaltender, Yaroslav Askarov. I don't know how you guys pronounce it, but I'm going with Askarov, all right? Yes, we've acquired him from the Nashville Predators in exchange for David Edstrom and Magnus Krona, and I wasn't super initially thrilled about this at first until the conditions came out later, but we are also trading a first round pick for next year. We're trading Vegas's the pick we acquired from Vegas. It's a conditional pick, so what does that mean if you've been sleeping under a rock or you just haven't been paying attention to it, or the trade details? Basically, the Sharks can have the option to give the Nashville Predators a first round pick, but if that first round pick from the Vegas Golden Knights is in the top 10, which I don't think anyone anticipates the Vegas Golden Knights being a bottom 10 team or a bottom team in the league to get a 10th overall pick. If they are in that realm or in that area of being a pick, the Sharks can swap picks. So if the Sharks do worse or better than the Vegas Golden Knights, they can trade vice versa. So that's where we're at right now. Now, my initial thoughts were, yeah, we have a goalie we can finally look forward to. Askarov has been one of the top goalies, top prospects in the last couple of years. The Sharks have been kind of after him. We just found out the other day that Mike Grier and the Nashville Predators have been eyeing him and talking to him, trying to see what they can do to get him. Nashville Predators, basically what happened was Nashville Predators signed Saros to an 8-year extension where Askarov, he's been pulled and he's been playing at an NHL level. Just can't find any room in the lineup to get on the main club, the Nashville Predators. So he basically said, I'm not reporting to the AHL team, the Milwaukee Admirals, and to trade me. And that kind of left the door open. There was a lot of talks over the past couple days, past week, that where he might go. I'm riding high hopes right now, for sure I am, but I was just kind of like skeptical a little bit, being like, we just signed Blackwood, we got Vanecek now. So my skepticism was kind of like really low. I kind of just took it off my radar, didn't really think we'd make a play for him. But then lo and behold, Friday, I started seeing text messages, I started seeing alerts, I started seeing Reddit and everything pop off, and then the trade goes down. So yes, my initial reaction was no freaking way, yeah, and then it has now settled in right now. So if you're wondering what the hype is about this player and maybe like why everyone's so in love with this pick for someone who has never even played the NHL, well, he's only played 2 games, but we're going to take a look at what the Hockey News had to say about Askarov in his draft year of 2020, because there's some good information here, and it seems like the hype might be real, but I'm going to hold judgment until we see him actually play in the NHL. I think him coming to San Jose is a perfect opportunity. Now, it hasn't been guaranteed that he's going to play for the main club and the Sharks. He might play for the Barracuda. I find it hard to believe that Mike Grier is going to send him down to the Barracuda. I can see him starting there, but I can see him eventually coming up. So I don't really know yet, but we're going to take a look at what the Hockey News had to say about him in his draft year right now. This is from the Hockey News, like I said, in their top 100 prospects for the 2020 draft, and what they had to say. One of the best goaltending prospects in years, Askarov has been the dream killer for Team Russia in a variety of international tournaments, knocking out favorites by stealing games. The World Juniors were a different matter, however, as he got exposed up high by Sweden in a semifinal game that Russia ultimately won in overtime. Nevertheless, the experts are excited. He's the total package between athleticism, size, compete level, mental approach, said one scout. There was some attention on the glove hand at the World Juniors. That guys were picking on him, but that's nitpicking beyond belief. The guy has the potential to be a number 1 goalie all day long. It's also worth noting Askarov is still young enough to play in 2 World Junior tournaments. Askarov looked stellar in his KHL debut with powerhouse SKA St. Petersburg. He carries himself as a number 1 goalie, said another scout. He leads by example and gives the team a chance to win every time he's in net. He has shown he can rise up, play through adversity, and bounce back. NHL teams know him well. Best case scenario, Carey Price. Now that is a lot. Saying that he's compared to Carey Price in his draft year, or best case he could play up to a level of Carey Price, that would be amazing. That would be amazing for Sharks fans, because we are going through this rebuild and our team is so freaking young. I don't think anyone would complain about having this guy on our team. for basically for what we got him. But super dope. Like, I'm stoked about this trade. That was my one hiccup going in, or as we go into training camp, as can we rely on Blackwood? Now, he played pretty good last year. You know, the team in front of him wasn't great, as we all know. So I can't really hold him to the fire so much, saying it was a lot of his issues. But again, there was moments where I was like, I don't know, he's a good gap filler for the time being until we get that goalie that we want. And it looks like Mike Grier found him right in the AHL with the Milwaukee Admirals. So what did Mike Grier have to say about it? Yaroslav is a goaltender who has the tools to become an everyday NHL goaltender. His ability to position himself effectively, vision, athletic ability have been on display in the last few seasons, and he is a strong addition to our goaltending group. We're happy to have him part of the organization. So like I said, they've been watching him for some years. The scouts have anyways, and there was talks that he was, again, on the radar. They were trying to acquire him at some point in time this past season, but it just never worked out. When the opportunity came out that where he didn't want to play for their AHL club, the Predators AHL club, the Admirals, so he said, trade me. The Sharks stepped at the table. So going into camp, I'm even more excited about what our prospect pool looks like. Now that we have our goaltending, for the most part, is dialed, you know, to some degree. We'll see how they perform this year. But having Askarov in the AHL or even the third goalie just gets me more and more excited as a team. I don't think we're going to be anything crazy like we were a couple years ago. It's going to take some time to build our players up and get to that level again eventually. But the Sharks are on the rise. I've watched, I don't know how many videos this past weekend about this whole situation. Everyone is liking what the San Jose Sharks are doing. I'm loving what the Sharks are doing. I gotta admit, I was not a huge fan of Mike Grier coming in as a GM. I just didn't feel it. He hadn't really shown me anything to say that he was going to be a great GM. But these past couple months, man, has been great. So I'm excited, man. Let me know down in the comments how you guys are feeling about this trade. What you guys think is going to happen. Do you think he's going to be in the lineup when it comes October? If he is, I would be stoked, but at the same time, I wouldn't be surprised if he sent down. So yeah, let me know what you guys think, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.